So, meine Lieben. Wie starte ich das? Heute ist der 7. April. Dienstag nach Ostern. Ich habe mein Fleischfasten gebrochen, ich habe meine Süßigkeitenfasten gebrochen. Süßigkeiten mit dem Finn auf dem Heimweg von Lachs, ein bisschen Schoki, ein bisschen Fleisch mit der Mami und dem Finn am Ostersonntag bei so einem Asiat. Und was noch? Ja. Social Media bin ich noch nicht back. Weiß ja gar nicht, ob ich back will. Lol. Weil das ist wirklich so etwas worldly. Ich weiß nicht, ob ich das zurück will im Leben. Süßgetränke kann ich auch kochen mit dem Finn auf der Heimfahrt von Lachs. Ja, mal schauen. Ich habe noch keinen so Heartbreak gehabt, wo ich jetzt voll übersteuert habe. Ich habe so ein Mini-Lindenhäsli, ein halbes Cola mit dem Finn und ein Chicken Curry mit dem Mann mit dem Finn gehabt. Ich fange jetzt auch mal an zu lesen. Zum Schluss tue ich nochmal Watte. Das habe ich gestern gemerkt, das tut mir mega, mega gut. Viel mehr als Bibel lassen, so aber. Jetzt bald auf den Deal, weil ich lese. Jeden Morgen, aber schon in der Abend 20 Minuten Bibel, bis ich sie fertig habe. Ich bin jetzt schon bei Seite 292 vor 700, fast 300 von 700. Vom Alten Testament. Das Alte Testament ist, holy smokes, ist das lang. Aber ich habe schon fast die Hälfte. Keep going. 2 months in, wenn ich 2 months more brauche, bin ich Mitte Juni. Ja, vielleicht in einem halben Jahr bin ich durch. So, First Chronicles 2:25. Descendants of Hezron's son Jerahmeel. The sons of Jerahmeel, the oldest son of Hezron, were Ram, firstborn, Buna, Oren, Otzem, and Ahijah. Jerahmeel had a second wife named Atera. She was the mother of Onan. The sons of Ram, the oldest son of Jerahmeel, were Maaz, Jamin, and Eker. The sons of Onam were Shammai and Jada. The sons of Shammai were Nadab and Abishu. The sons of Abishu and his wife were Abihail. Of his wives Abihail were Aban and Molid. The sons of Nadab were Seled and Apal. Seled died without children, but Apal had a son named Ishi. The son of Ishi was Sheshan. Sheshan had a descendant named Alai. The sons of Jada, Shammai's brother, were Jether and Jonathan. Jether died without children, but Jonathan had 2 sons named Peleth and Zaza. These were all descendants of Jerahmeel. Sheshan had no sons, though he did have daughters. He also had an Egyptian servant named Jarrah. Sheshan gave one of his daughters to be the wife of Jarrah, but they had a son named Attai. Attai was the father of Nathan. Nathan was the father of Zabad. Zabad was the father of Iphlai. Iphlai was the father of Obed. Obed was the father of Jehu. Jehu was the father of Azariah. Azariah was the father of Heles. Heles was the father of Eleazar. Eleazar was the father of Sismai. Sismai was the father of Shallum. Shallum was the father of Jechamiah. Jechamiah was the father of Elishama. Descendants of Hezron's son Caleb. The descendants of Caleb, the brother of Jerahmeel, included Mesha, the firstborn, who became the father of Sif. Caleb's descendants also included the sons of Maresha, the father of Hebron. The sons of Hebron were Korah, Tapua, Rechem, and Shema. Rechem was the father of Shammai. The son of Shammai was Meron. Meron was the father of Beth-Sur. Caleb's concubine Ephah gave birth to Haran, Mosa, and Gazez. Haran was the father of Gazez. The sons of Yadai were Regem, Jotham, Geshan, Pelet, Ephah, and Shaav. Another of Caleb's concubines, Makkah, gave birth to Sheba and Tirhana. She also gave birth to Shav, the father of Madmana, and Shiva, the father of Macbena and Gibeah. Caleb also had a daughter named Aksa. These were all descendants of Caleb. The descendants of Caleb's son Hur. The sons of Hur, the oldest son of Caleb's wife Ephratah, were Shobal, the founder of Kiriath Jearim, Selma, the founder of Bethlehem, and Harpeth, the founder of Beth-Gadah. The descendants of Shobal, the founder of Kiriath Jearim, were Haroe, Half, the Manahathites, and the families of Kiriath Jearim. The Idrites, Puthites, Shumatites, and Mishrites, from whom came the people of Zorah and Eshtaol. The descendants of Selma were the people of Bethlehem. The Netophatites, Atroth Beth Joab, the other half of the Manahathites, the Zorites, and the families of the scribes living at Jabes. The Tiratites, Shimeatites, and Sukkatites. All these were Kenites, who descended from Hamath, the father of the family of Rechab. 1 Chronicles 3. Descendants of David. These are the sons of David who were born in Hebron. The oldest was Ammon, whose mother was Ahinoam of Jezreel. The second was Daniel, whose mother was Abigail from Carmel. The third one was Absalom, whose mother was Maacah, the daughter of Talmai, king of Geshur. The fourth was Adonijah, whose mother was Haggith. The fifth was Shephatiah, whose mother was Abital. The sixth was Ithream, whose mother was Eglah, David's wife. The 6 sons were born to David in Hebron, where he reigned 7.5 years. Then David reigned another 33 years in Jerusalem. The sons born to David in Jerusalem included Shammah, Shobab, Nathan, and Solomon. Their mother was Bathsheba, the daughter of Amiel. David also had 9 other sons: Iba, Elishua, Elpelet, Noga, Nepheg, Japhia, Elishama, Eliada, and Eliphelet. These were the sons of David, not including his sons born to his concubines. Their sister was named Tamar. Descendants of Solomon. The descendants of Solomon were Rehoboam, Abijah, Asa, Asa, Jehoshaphat, Jehoram, Ahaziah, Joash, Amaziah, Uzziah, Jotham, Ahaz, Hezekiah, Manasseh, Ammon, and Uzziah. The sons of Uzziah were Johanan, the oldest, Jehoiakim the second, Zedekiah the third, and Jehoahaz the fourth. The successors of Jehoiakim were his son Jehoiakim were his son Jehoiachin and his brother Zedekiah. Descendants of Jehoiachin. The sons of Jehoiachin who were taken prisoner by Babylonians were Shealtiel, Malkiram, Pedaiah, Shenazar, Shechemiah, Hushama, and Nedabiah. The sons of Pedaiah were Zerubbabel and Shimei. The sons of Zerubbabel were Meshulam and Hananiah. The sister was Shelomith. His 5 other sons were Hashubah, Ohel, Berechiah, Hasadiah, and Shushab, Hizit. The sons of Hananiah were Pelatiah and Jeshiah. Jeshiah's son was Rephaiah. Rephaiah's son was Arnan. Arnan's son was Obadiah. Obadiah's son was Shechaniah. The descendants of Shechaniah were Shemaiah and his sons, Hattush, Igal, Beria, Neriah, and Shaphat. 6 in all. The sons of Neriah were Elioenai, Hitzkiah, and Azrikam. 3 in all. The sons of Elioenai were Hodaviah, Eliashib, Peliah, Akum, Jonathan, Deliah, and Anani. 7 in all. 1 Chronicles 4. The other descendants of Judah. The descendants of Judah were Perez, Hezron, Carmi, Hu, and Shobal. Shobal's son Reaiah was the father of Ahumai and Lahat. These were the families of the Zoranites, of the Zoratites. The descendants of Ethan were Jezreel, Ishma, Ichbash, their sister Hazel Elponi, Penuel, the father of Gedor, and Ezer, the father of Husha. These were the descendants of Hu, the firstborn of Ephratah, the ancestor of Bethlehem. Ashur, the father of Tekoa, had 2 wives named Hela and Nara. Nara gave birth to Ahutzam, Hefer, Temeni, and Hashtari. Hela gave birth to Zereth, Itzar, Ethnan, and Koz, who became the ancestor of Anub, Zoribath, and all the families of Herhel, son of Harun. There was a man named Jabez, who was more honorable than any of his brothers. His mother named him Jabez, because his birth had been so painful. He was the one who prayed to the God of Israel, "Oh, that you would bless me and expand my territory. Please be with me in all that I do, and keep me from all trouble and pain." And God granted his request. Caleb, the brother of Shuhan, was the father of Mehir. Mehir was the father of Eshton. Eshton was the father of Beth Rapha, Paseah, and Tehinnah. Tehinnah was the father of Nahash. These were the descendants of Rechah. The sons of Kenaz were Othniel and Seraiah. Othniel's sons were Hattath and Meonotai. Meonotai was the father of Ophrah. Seraiah was the father of Joab, the founder of the Valley of Craftsmen, so called because they were craftsmen. The sons of Caleb, son of Jephunneh, were Iru, Elah, and Naam. The son of Elah was Kenaz. The sons of Jehillel were Sif and Zipha, Tiria and Asher. The sons of Isra were Jether, Mered, Epher, and Jalem. One of Mered's wives became the mother of Miriam, Shammai, and Ishba, the father of Eshtemoa. He married a woman from Judah, who became the mother of Jared, the father of Giddo, Heber, the father of Soko, and Jekuthiel, the father of Zanoah. Mered also married Bithia, the daughter of Pharaoh, and she bore him children. Hodiah's wife was the sister Naham. One of her sons was the father of Keilah, the Garmite, and another was the father of Eshtemoa, the Mekethite. The sons of Shimon were Ammon and Rina, Ben-Hanan and Tilon. The descendants of Ishi were Zoheth and Ben-Zoheth. Descendants of Judah's son, Shelah. Shelah was one of Judah's sons. The descendants of Shelah were Er, the father of Lekah, Lada, the father of Maresha, the families of linen workers at Beth Ashbea. Joachim, the men of Kotzeba, and Joash, and Saraph, who ruled over Moab, and Jashubi-Lehem. These names all come from ancient records. They were the pottery makers who lived in Nethaim and Gedera. They lived there and worked for the king. Descendants of Simeon. The sons of Simeon were Jemuel, Jamin, Jarib, Zohar, and Shaul. The descendants of Shaul were Shallum, Mibsam, and Mishma. The descendants had 16 sons and 6 daughters, but none of his brothers had large families. But Simeon's tribe never grew as large as the tribe of Judah. They lived in Beersheba, Molada, Hatzah, Shual, Bilhah, Ezem, Tolat, Bethuel, Hormah, Ziklag, Beth Markaboth, Hatzah, Susim, Bethbiri, and Sharaim. These towns were under their control until the time of King David. Their descendants also lived in Etham, Ain, Rimmon, Token, and Ashan, 5 towns and their surrounding villages, as far away as Baalath. This was their territory, and these names are listed in their genealogical records. Other descendants of Simeon included Meshobab, Jamlech, Josha, son of Amasiel, Joel, Jehu, son of Yoshibia, son of Seraiah, son of Asiel, Elioenai, Jacoba, Jeshohaiah, Asaiah, Adiel, Yesimiel, Benaiah, and Zitzia, son of Shiphi, son of Alan, son of Jediah, son of Shimri, son of Shemaiah. These were the names of some of the leaders of Simeon's wealthy clans. Their families grew, and they traveled to the region of Gerar, in the east part of the valley, seeking pasture land for their flocks. They found lush pastures there, and the land was spacious, quiet, and peaceful. Some of Ham's descendants had been living in that region, but during the reign of King Hezekiah of Judah, these leaders of Simeon invaded the region and completely destroyed the homes of the descendants of Ham and of the Meunites. No trace of them remains today. They killed everyone who lived there and took the land for themselves, because they wanted its good pasture land for their flocks. 500 of these invaders from the tribe of Simeon went to Mount Seir, led by Pelatiah, Neariah, Rephaiah, and Uzziel, all sons of Ishi. They destroyed the few Amalekites who had survived, and they lived there ever since. 1 Chronicles 5. Descendants of Reuben. The oldest son of Israel was Reuben, but since he dishonored his father by sleeping with one of his father's concubines, his birthright was given to the sons of his brother Joseph. For this reason, Reuben is not listed in the genealogical records as the firstborn son. The descendants of Judah became the most powerful tribe and provided a ruler for the nation, but the birthright belonged to Joseph. The sons of Reuben, the oldest son of Israel, were Hanoch, Palu, Hezron, and Carmi. The descendants of Joel were Shemaiah, Gog, Shimei, Micah, Reiah, Baal, and Bera. Bera was the leader of the Reubenites when they were taken into captivity by King Tiglath-Pileser of Assyria. Bera's relatives are listed in their genealogical records by their clans: Jael, the leader, Zechariah, and Bela, son of Asas, son of Shema, son of Joel. The Reubenites lived in the area that stretched from Aroer to Nebo and Baal Meon. Since they had so many livestock in the land of Gilead, they spread east towards the edge of the desert that stretches to the Euphrates River. During the reign of Saul, the Reubenites defeated the Hagrids in battle. Then they moved into the Hagrid settlements all along the eastern edge of Gilead. Descendants of Gad. Next to the Reubenites, the descendants of Gad lived in the land of Bashan, as far east as Salekah. Joel was the leader in the land of Bashan, and Shapham was second in command, followed by Janai and Shaphat. Their relatives, the leaders of 7 other clans, were Michael, Meshulam, Sheba, Jorai, Jachan, Sia, and Eber. These were all descendants of Abihail, son of Huri, son of Jaroah, son of Gilead, son of Michael, son of Jeshishai, son of Jado, son of Butz, Ahi, son of Abidiel, son of Guni, was the leader of their clans. The Gadites lived in the land of Gilead and Bashan and its villages, and throughout all the pasture land of Sharon. All of these were listed in the genealogical records during the days of the king Jotham of Judah and the king Jeroboam of Israel.